everybody, it's Judy, Premier by Judy Live, and we're here for Friday Fashion Fun. Thank you so much for joining us today. And as promised earlier today, we are going to talk today about accessorizing your prints. If you've been watching our series, last week we talked about accessorizing colors. The week before that was accessorizing your neutrals. But sometimes the most challenging or maybe a little bit intimidating is accessorizing your prints. And matter of fact, for years and years, I wore nothing but solids. It was much easier to accessorize solids. But I'm going to show you how it can be easy to accessorize your prints. And of course, I have my faithful assistant, Stephanie, here. She just never gets away from me. But I'm going to start with clarifying there are two kinds of prints. This is an overall print. That means everywhere you look, there's a print. This is print with a solid background. So even within the area of prints, there are two different ways to accessorize. So I'm going to start with me real quickly. With an overall print, you've either got to just stay completely away from it or be very substantial. So I am wearing an overall print. It does have the Aurora Red, which is one of our fall colors. It's kind of a bricky red. You'll be seeing it in all the stores. And if you do want to stay up on the current fashions, you'll need to shop a little bit, but shop carefully, shop your favorite places. But with the Aurora Red, with this overall print, it also has the Bodacious, a couple of other fall colors. I'm starting with, this is the short strand from the Kaleidoscope necklace. The Kaleidoscope also has a 3-strand beaded portion, which I'm not wearing because it was too heavy. But you can go, and you also consider the neckline when you're considering the necklace. So this is the short strand of Kaleidoscope. It has just a little color with this, the magnetic clasp of Kaleidoscope. I'm adding a little bit of sparkle. So we've got some sparkle and a little tiny bit of color to accent the dress. If you wanted to go with something else with an overall print, this is a really strong magnet. I've got the Belize necklace. In wearing Belize, because it has 5 strands here, that makes it more substantial. It gives it a little more solidity. It's got the turquoise and a gold. The turquoise will pick up in my dress, but so you can see, you can wear the Belize. Now this has a tricky neckline, so you want to stay away from obstructing the style and the structure details. So I've got the Belize here, and it brings out a little sparkle to my outfit. I hope the lights are picking that up. So that's one way to do it. If you're going to have colors that are going to coordinate, then wear something that's got more structure to it. You can go with a high contrast. This is the Sway necklace. It comes with 2 tassels. Remember, tassels, fringe, big trend right now. Both of these actually pick up the colors in my dress, so I can wear both of them if I like. But because the white is a big contrast, I don't need quite as much weight to it. But this is another way you could wear a long necklace is with the Sway. I love making my tassel shake. And you can take off if 2 is too much, just wear one or the other. So you could do the Sway necklace with this overall print. Again, a contrasting, you can do something with a little less weight to it. Another contrast, and one that I love, and forgot the name here, this is Rustic Diva. It is a neutral. It's mostly white. It has a couple colors, but you do have to be careful wearing a print with something else that has a lot of colors. It can overwhelm, but this all blends together. The Rustic Diva has the 3 different ones, including the tassel. I'm wearing all 3. You can wear 1, 2, or 3. They all match or go with this dress, so I can wear the Rustic Diva here. So that's another look we can do. Or in another long necklace, we've got this, which is Harper. It's one of our new fall pieces. It is a beautiful gold, very neutral stones, but because it has that heaviness to it in the thickness of the beads, or the thickness of the chain and the size of the beads, it will show up against your print. So that's some ways that you can accessorize an overall print, which is where there is print everywhere, but basically you want something that is a solid color, or a solid tone, and that is thicker and has a little more weight. Otherwise, it's just going to disappear within your print. And then what's the point of wearing it if it's not going to show up? So then we have Stephanie here, and she is again in our solid background with a print. a lot of the Aurora red here with the other fall colors, and I'm starting her out with Piper. Piper is one of our super versatile necklaces, and to start out, just show you some of the differences. You can just remove, this is removable, and this actually chain is made up of two separate chains. So something you can do, it's got a double lobster claw, which means you can adjust this anywhere along the length up to making it very short. And so it's stiffening a little petite. So here's another look with the Piper. And you can see it matches, but the things in front are not disappearing because, again, it's got that weight you want. You can also put one of these smaller chains in the front with the Piper. So there's a look if you want a little more filling in the bare area. Also, what you can do is maybe pull this off to one side. And this chain here also has the two lobster claws. So you can take this, fit it on two different places, get an asymmetrical look. So there's lots of things you can do with Piper. We actually have a 9-page handout to give you some of the ideas of what you can do with Piper. But this is a way that you can do color with a color print on a solid background. Because she's wearing a low V-neck, a lot of people prefer to just fill in the top. And you can do that with actually a lot of different neutrals. This is New Neutrals, easy name, it should be. And this does have a removable strand. You can take off the fringe, but fringe is in. But depending on how much area you want to fill in your bone structure, you could put it on or off. But filling in with a neutral, even with a print, as long as you're not going over top of it, this is going to work fine. You've got a couple of different colors, picks up the tone of the print, which is a subdued, the subdued fall color. So New Neutrals would work very well. A really fun piece to play with. This is called Trio. And it looks a little funny here. Trio is one of our, another, mix and match it. It has a reversible enhancer, so I can wear this on the cream side or, boom, pop a little color on the red side. And it also comes with 3 different straps here. So you could go with the black, you could go with the brown, or the red. The red or brown look really good with this, but you have your pick of any of these. Whoops. And you can reverse that enhancer. It also has earrings that are reversible, so you can wear them on the red side or the cream side. So these are very handy. If you want something that you can do a lot of things with, get the Trio necklace and earrings. A great piece. Again, stick with the solid pieces to mix with your prints. This is one of the new ones I've just gotten, and this is Autumn Sunset. It has a chain, and I don't know if you can see this. The chain has a lot of very subtle colors in it, but mostly it's kind of a turquoise and a bronzy, which again looks very good with this. So you can wear it with the brown, you're picking up the same overall tone family, or with the reversible enhancer, you can actually pop a little color in there with turquoise. Even if you're wearing prints, you can add just a small pop of color. I wouldn't do a whole lot of it, but this is a way you can do this with Autumn Sunset, one of our really cute new fall pieces. If you like to fill in the area without a whole lot of color, you could go with Style Center. This has a brown cord and then just the silver beads. I don't know if you can see, but every one of these strands has a different texture on the beads, so it creates a lot of interest. It's really good for filling in an area on a V-neck, and of course, being very neutral, it works very well with a print shirt. If you want to dress it up a little more, you could go for ruffles. We just showed this off last week. This is on the matte side, and so it works really good for a daytime look. The ruffles actually moves to a sparkly side if you wanted to dress it up a little bit. If you just updid your earrings, maybe change from flats into a heel, boom, you've gone from work to the weekend with that. So ruffles, another really good piece. Again, neutral pieces are good for wearing with your prints. Couple others, if you want to go for a little more impact, you could go with Gold Mine. This is a 3-strand necklace. A very nice weighted substantial. And you see it's a much more dramatic piece. It still does not compete with the print because even though it has two colors, they are neutrals. All of the metals, silver, gold, are considered neutrals. This does have a matching stretch bracelet set, which is really good, but it just really sets it off without taking away from your print or competing with it. And then the last is one of our most popular pieces of the last 4 years, and that is Botanical. It's a simple piece, but it's elegant. It's an antique silver plated with lots of flowers. Remember, we've got that floral sophistication trend this year, so what better to do that than Botanical? And it adds a little more detail, a little more flash. So whatever you want to add, if you want to add a contrast, if you want to add some excitement, if you want to add some drama, if you want to add class, you can do that with your necklaces. Don't shy away from your prints. Just try out a couple things. And here's our fast tip for the day. Now, when I do these, I have to admit, I pulled out a whole lot of necklaces. I've got a whole lot to work with, and I just put them all on her to see what was going to work. But if you're doing that and you want to remember in the future, take a picture. Take a picture of which necklaces work with which blouse. So when you put it on, you know I can choose between this, this, and this. Anybody that has a decent jewelry box can have 2 or 3 pieces that goes with anything. If you've got your basic jewelry wardrobe, I did that back last month. So if you haven't seen that video, check that one out too. We're here to help you, to equip you to fit in with your lifestyle so that you can look confident and put together every day without sacrificing a lot of time or a lot of money. Speaking of money, we do have a special this month, so check out Premier by Judy, my closed group, where that's for my VIP customers, and you'll see what this week's special is. Thank you very much for joining us for Friday Fashion Fun. Stephanie and I say have a great weekend. Bye-bye.